Good morning from the office. I'm BKP, and you're watching Good Morning from the Office at 7 a.m. It's a little cold out there Friday morning. 21 degrees in the car when I came out. Wind chill factor. Pretty tough out there this morning, so make sure you wrap up. I know you're adults, so we need to tell you how to dress. So make sure you wrap up this morning. That wind chill factor is a little tough. You're watching Good Morning from the Office. If you have something you want to get involved with the show this morning, or you want to send me something, tell me how things are going, or a comment concerning something I say, I'd love to hear from you. And the bottom of the screen, that's chief@fetchernews.com, chief@fetchernews.com. It's Casual Friday morning. We want to thank you first and foremost. We're in our 4th week, and we're excited about that. And every day more stories come in. Every day things happen that take us in some different directions. But you are responding out there. You're getting involved. And week 4 is today. Will be week 4, and we thank you for that. Follow us on Twitter at #GoodMorningFYN, at Fetcher News, #GoodMorningFYN. And for all of your sports information that you would like to see on Fetcher News, send that to lt@fetchernews.com. We always like to get started because it's 7 o'clock in the morning and you're just getting up and getting your day going, and you know it's probably the time right now, and you're going into the weekend. It's probably the time right now to think about that new mattress because you just got out of bed. So go see our friends at Mattress Overstocked. That's next to Walmart and LJ. Go see Gary, Richard, or Rhonda, the mattress lady, for the best mattress at the best price. They truly want to help you sleep better. Okay, go see our friends at Mattress Overstock next to Walmart and LJ. Tell them Fetcher News sent you. Good Morning from the Office. BKP Fetcher News sent you. We need to let all of our advertisers and our sponsors know let them know you've seen them on Fetcher News, Good Morning from the Office. If you're out there and you want to find out how to get on our website, fetchernews.com, or become a morning sponsor of the Good Morning from the Office show, send us an email at chief, the bottom of the screen, at fetchernews.com. We got so much to start on. We have had a long week, and you know, I get in one of these situations where I don't know where to start first. So you're going to want to stay with us all day, all morning long here. You're going to want to stay with us to the end of the show because we're going to tell you a lot of things that happened at the Gilmer Board of Commissioners, the Board of Education, Fannin Board of Education, a couple more things that's happening at the City of Blue Ridge. Some people have asked me about, and we want to talk about the Tea Party. So if you're listening throughout the state, I plan to get everybody worked up this morning over the Tea Party on Friday for the weekend. I'll run out of here for the weekend. I'm reading so much stuff on HB 170 and HB 170, and I will tell you one of the things that I want to tell you before you go into your weekend out there. You know who you are. You keep track of what's going on down at the Capitol during legislation time when they're in session. There's a lot of, I don't have time. I need research help. I'm looking for a producer to come in Monday through Friday from 6 to 9, an assistant/producer for the show to help me do research and get some things done. So I rely on things you send me. I rely on reading things on the internet from different groups. There's a lot of bills, and we don't have time this morning. There's a lot of bills that you need to take the weekend out there that are falling through the cracks. Absolutely falling through the cracks. There's actually, and I don't know the names, there's gun bills that are falling through the cracks. There's HB 14 that nobody talks about. HB 14 is one of those that if it passes, the Fiscal Responsibility Act, okay? HB 14, the Fiscal Responsibility Act, if it passes, that will be one of the bills that you as a Board of Education, a water authority, a DDA, a county, no matter who you are, will come back and say, boy, I wish somebody would have told us that this was on the table. So a lot of bills and legislation I think we ought to look at. HB 170, the transportation bill, is taking all the media time and TV time and the arguments on Facebook, but going back and forth in the internet. So we want to tell you, you need to research some other bills going on down there. I want to talk to the Tea Parties this morning. We're going to get some things fired up with them about the future of the Tea Party in Georgia, what's going on with the transportation bill with the Tea Party. So we want to do that. You want to state, if you're a member of the Tea Party, or some people don't realize they're Tea Party members. I meet a lot of you throughout the day, and taxed enough already. So we're not going to do a whole show on the Tea Party, but the Tea Party is taxed enough already. That's simple. That's what the Tea Party is supposed to be. That's when the fellow went out in Chicago, threw the tea in the fountain, and Rick Santelli, right? Was it Rick Santelli threw the tea in the fountain and yelled, "We're not going to take it anymore"? I don't remember. But taxed enough already. So we're going to talk about the Tea Party. A lot of you are Tea Party members. You don't have to be a member. You don't go sign up, get a card to a lot of them. You are Tea Party members, and you just don't know it. I hear you talk about your fiscal opinion and Constitution all the time. So we're going to talk about that before the day's out. We're going to start with, real quick, I call it my Senator David Perdue watch. We are going to watch, yes, we're watching all senators votes. He just freshly came off the election here in Georgia. He made a lot of campaign promises. That's the outsider. He made a lot of promises to defend the Constitution. He made promises to defend the freedom of the internet. And, and so we want to watch that. Johnny Isakson, we will go into that later. He has announced his campaign for re-election as it gets a little closer. I think you'll see other candidates come into the race. Derek Grayson has come into the race. So we're watching David Perdue a little bit just to check those hard votes. These men and women, they go up there, and some of the Keystone pipeline, that's an easy vote, all right. But the one I want to highlight, I did yesterday. David Perdue opposed Attorney General nomination Loretta Lynch from the Justice Committee there. He opposed. While Ms. Lynch may have an impressive resume, she did not adequately answer the committee's questions nor alleviate my concerns about her consistency on which she applies our nation's laws. After thoroughly reviewing her record and testimony, I am not confident she will defend the Constitution. So that's our David Perdue watch. We gave you that yesterday. We want to give it to you again real quick. I want to give another shout out, basically really fast, to our friends down at Coosawattee River Resort. You've sent me a couple emails. You know who you are. That is private property. I'm not able to come down and bring my video camera, or some of the meetings I'm not allowed to, Fetcher News is not allowed to attend unless we are welcomed in and invited. So just to let you know, and I know you know that, but you are a member of an association and you have rights. So if you're interested in sending us some news from your association, we're welcome to look at that. Government spending up 8.3%. How about that? Fannin County, we'll start with Fannin County, so that way we can move on to the largest portion this morning, which would be Gilmer. We have news this morning, a big update on the head coach, football coach search in Gilmer County. So you're going to want to tune in, stay tuned in for Gilmer County. We have big news on the community pool of Gilmer County and the coaches search. We want to bring you that, so you want to tell everybody to tune in, call people now. Fannin County, this weekend you have Fire and Ice, the chili cook-off going on downtown, and the Republican Party is having their Valentine's Day banquet at Willow Creek. The Valentine's Day banquet. You want to get in touch with Johnny Searcy, Chief of Police of City of Blue Ridge, which is the chairman of the Republican Party, see if there's any tickets left. That's always a nice dinner for the Republican Party up there in Fannin County. But Fire and Ice, a big-time chili cook-off, and ice sculptors everywhere. Ice sculptors, it's awesome. Fun food and entertainment there, downtown Blue Ridge. Okay. Now, last night the Board of Education, and we'll get more into this in Fannin County. We'll get more into this as we get into Gilmer County. The Board of Education, they are sending a letter to the governor. Okay, now I'm going to get on this with the Tea Party because yesterday the Transportation Committee had open public hearings. I did not get to watch them, but I want to ask some questions on the Board of Education and your schools throughout the state. HB 170 is a big hit to education, a big hit, all right? And every school board, it was talked about last night at Gilmer County, last night at Fannin County Board of Education, HB 170. Also, another big hit is the, school bus drivers no longer going to be able to get their insurance benefits, okay? The state will no longer supplement the insurance benefits. Now, I for one, at FetcherNews.com, we caution whether we approve or disapprove. Governor puts out a budget, he may have to cut something. That's not our place here to approve it or disapprove it. But I will tell you, it has school systems in major concern. For example, last night at the Board of Education meeting in Fannin County, they have several bus drivers that are of the retirement. They've been there long enough that they're at the retirement age or they have enough time in to retire. And if the budget passes as it stands, the governor signs the budget as it stands, they would have to retire by December 31st, I think is my understanding, to be able to maintain their state supplemented insurance benefits. So I do know the Board of Education in Fannin County has a concern, and a letter's going out today, Senator Steve Gooch, and we'll try to get, we'll send a senator a message this weekend. He's always nice enough to speak with us, see if he can give us a little update down in the Capitol. We'll also send the speaker. We know he's very busy, and he has the state. He's the Speaker of the House, he has a state, but he is the local representative here. So we'll send his office a message and ask to see if he can give us a couple updates concerning legislation also. But a letter's going out to Steve Gooch, State Senator Steve Gooch today, with those concerns that Fannin County is sitting in a situation where they can have a large portion of their bus drivers retire just like that. And they're looking for bus drivers, and they're going to be putting out, bus drivers wanted with no benefits. So now here at FetcherNews.com, we're not advocating one way or the other. We're just sharing all the concerns of the Board of Education with their ability to put quality bus drivers on the road and how they're trying to do that, and also the governor seeing that the 30 hours a week, and I don't have time to go into that, but that's important. That does trickle down to the Obamacare issue, but the 30 hours a week will not have benefits paid out. So there you go on that. Blue Ridge City Council, and I want to explain something to you briefly. Blue Ridge City Council the other night, go to FetcherNews.com. You can watch the video of the whole entire City Council. We have that up. When we at FYN Investigates, that's what we call it, when we make a decision to look into something, and I want to tell you as the person that makes that decision, do we need to look into something? We have here, you have my word, we have here already seen several, maybe emails, several documents, several things that give us a strong enough reason to look into it. Now, many of you out there sent me emails, and why won't we look into this, and why won't we look into that, and investigate one thing after another? Many times, one, we don't have the staff to do it. I mean, we're not one of the major medias that has a bunch of staff and research teams and equipment and so forth. So that's just a revenue thing. If you'd like to see us do more of that, and you'd like to see the direction we're going in, go to FetcherNews.com, scroll down there, and donate to what we do. Put some money on it, but or advertise your business. But one thing is, we do not have the ability or the depth to investigate everything that comes our way. Second, we will not, and this is my word to you, our viewers and listeners, we will not start into an investigation on anything until we have enough. Rumors not enough. I have a story this morning we're going to start looking into that I have had several emails of people wanting to know, well, why will you not look into this? I haven't had enough solid information to look into it. So, Blue Ridge City Council open records request we did yesterday because we want to look at the emails between the city attorney, David Siphon, over in Gainesville, and all the council members and the mayor and a couple of the employees there. We've got enough of them here that we want to look at those. We want to read through those. I want to give a clarification to yesterday's show. Mr. Siphon in no way whatsoever has Fetcher News made any accusations in any way where he's concerned. Okay, so we're not making any accusations. We're not making a determination on whether Mr. Siphon has represented the city properly or not. That's not what we're doing. The point is he is in the middle, and I have seen emails from the mayor to a council member, to David Siphon, from David Siphon back to the mayor. He has been in this loop that we're wondering if the fabric of the council and their representation is not torn so bad that they have to basically start over in Blue Ridge with new council that doesn't know the background, council that doesn't know, all the backbiting that's going on in the email. So we did an open records request. We're going to get those. We're going to start reading some emails, seeing what we find, and seeing what we need to report to the citizens. As I have said many times, nobody's being represented in Blue Ridge at this time. You can get angry with me if you want. Business owners are not being represented. Citizens, residents, taxpayers are not being represented properly. Okay, that's the bottom line. You make the call. Watch the video. Tell us. Also, we told you about Fannon's charter changes. They're changing their charter up there. That will be published. The changes will be published, and you need to go check that out. We have a story on Fetcher News about the charter changes, and the entire the entire meeting is online. The video is online. You can watch that video. And Fannin County will have 2 public hearings, and they will publish it, and you will get a chance to speak out. And then after that, there will be a vote on charter changes that will allow post commissioners the ability to participate in the hiring and dismissing of department heads. Also, I told you the City of Blue Ridge, they turned down a $5 million construction project the other night. So that's something you just want to look into. That's on the video. You can see on the video the turn down of the construction project. You make a decision on your own. You watch the video, you make your own decision on whether you think they did the right thing, wrong thing, or if we're reporting the wrong thing. Send me what you think at chief@fetchernews.com. Spring sports, believe it or not, it might be 21 degrees this morning, but spring sports are upon us. They're playing, they're practicing, whether it be soccer, and whether it be baseball, tennis, track and field, and much more. So we want you to send up there in Fannin County, Park and Rec, everything you have on schedules. If we don't have your schedule, we don't have your updates, we don't have your highlights and your information, send everything to lt@fetchernews.com. lt@fetchernews.com. It's time for our spring sports. If you're out there and you're going to have lunch today, stop for lunch in Jasper. Today is Friday, and the Woodbridge Inn has the Blue Plate special is fried fish on Friday at the Woodbridge Inn. We want to shout that out. Tell them Fetcher News sent you, and go get the fried fish at the Woodbridge Inn. For one of the best hair care salons in North Georgia, go to Magic Touch Beauty Salon, located in Clock Tower 3 on Maddox Drive in LJ. Open 7 days a week from 8 to 6. Go to Magic Touch for Matrix and other must-have products. For the special touch you need for great health care, remember, go to Magic Touch for that special touch. You can reach them at 706-635-5325. 706 635-5325. That's Magic Touch Hair Care Beauty Salon at Clock Tower 3. Tell them Fetcher News sent you. We're going to move on here. We've done a little update. Remember yesterday I told you the IRS apologized for small businesses for seizing their bank account. That's awful nice of them. Before I get into Gilmer and Pickens, let me say something about our third grade writing challenge. Now, this is week 4, and many of you out there, if you're regular listeners and viewers, you've gotten to know me pretty well. And you think I'm the guy that gets worked up. Let's see, we're 7:20. I made it to 7:27 yesterday. I stayed calm. I've made a decision to come in here and stay calm and just try to give you guys as clear a report as I can on information in North Georgia. But I made it to 7:27 before I got worked up, so we're going to get past that today. You know, we do at FetcherNews.com, we do a third grade writing challenge. We're in I think, our 4th year of doing that. And what we do is we invite all the elementary schools in the Fanning, Gilmer, and Pickens area to participate. And 4 times a year we send a question to them. And what we do is we try to get we try to support our teachers. We always do here at FetcherNews.com. Teachers out there, you have our full support. And we try to do everything to support and encourage creative writing in our third graders and have fun with it. So I go and I talk about 10 minutes with third graders. I get a chance to talk to 90 or 100, and before it's through in a couple weeks, we get to talk to 500 or 600 third graders in North Georgia. That being said, yes, if you'll go to FetcherNews.com, Pickens County, you will see where we visited Tate Elementary School this past week. You will see where we visited in Gilmer County. If you go to Fetcher News, Gilmer County, you will see where we visited Mountain View Elementary School and North Georgia Christian Academy. And if you go to Fetcher News, Fannin County, you will see where we visited Mecca. Up there, the third graders up at Mecca this past week, and after the winter break, we will be visiting some more. We asked third graders how they would go about being it's Valentine's to pick somebody that they would like to marry, and I tell you, we have so much fun with that, and they just enjoy writing that and get so excited. And then we spend a couple minutes, they allow us to spend a couple minutes to talk to third graders about internet safety. Let me tell you quickly, 80% of third graders in the nation, that age, in the nation, use the internet daily. Yes, that's a true statistic. We also want to thank our sponsors that make that possible: Blue Ridge Pharmacy, Dairy Queen, Messrs. Orchard, Mountain Dental Associates, Schockenkirk Ford, Sherwin-Williams of LJ, and Wendy's. So all the kids get pencils, and they get Frosties, and they get little toys that we take up to them to encourage third grade writing. So we just want you to go and look at that, because I think that's my favorite thing to do. Absolutely. You think, oh no, that guy likes to read about politics, he likes to hold debates, he likes to get worked up over city council. My favorite thing to do at FetcherNews.com is to go talk to third graders, and if you watch one of our videos we tape there, you will see how much I enjoy that. Okay, moving into Pickens County, and thank you for listening to that. We just, again, want to give that shout out. If you're down in Pickens County today and you're eating lunch, go to the Woodbridge Inn. Remember, fried fish, blue plate special. On the other end, guys, it's Valentine's Day tomorrow, and I, being one, need to go do something ASAP. We won't tell anybody you're a last-minute shopper like me. Go to Clock Tower Gifts and Boutique, located in Jasper. Has Valentine's Day covered. Clock Tower Gifts and Boutique, located in Jasper, has Valentine's Day covered. Guys, you can pick out that perfect gift for someone special: Pandora, Waxing Poetic, and much more. Also find them on Facebook. Go down to Clock Tower Gifts and Boutique. Let me take a real quick, as I'm talking to you, message here to see who has sent me a text. Always got to keep up with that. So I got a text this morning asking me about the Board of Education last night, and we will get to that. Okay, that's Clock Tower Gifts and Boutique. Thank you for texting me, sending me messages and stuff during the show. And when I get a producer, I won't have quite the distractions, and we hope that's real soon. Remember, here at FetcherNews.com, we're looking for someone to help me produce the show. Good morning from the office from 6 to 9 Monday through Friday. We are also looking for advertising, sales, and marketing personnel, and we're looking for reporters and sports reporters. We're always busy and growing here at FetcherNews.com, and we want to get good people in place to help bring you information. In Pickens County, I brought up a lot of stuff last night. Sometimes you think we're not balanced here, but some counties have their meetings on certain nights. And there's more information. So some days we talk a little more about Fannin, and some days we talk a little more about Gilmer and Pickens and so forth. But in Pickens County, we told you that Park and Rec is signing up now for baseball, softball, and t-ball. Go to Pickens County Park and Rec website and get your form. You can print it out online or call them if you have any questions. You got till the end of February here before a late fee takes effect, so make sure you check into that. Also, the Netties play tonight at this afternoon at 4. The Netties are in the second round of 7 Quad A basketball, and they play Northwest Whitfield. So Netties, you got a tough game, but you're a tough team out there. And today, that's at 4 o'clock. They're playing Northwest Whitfield. Now, if you're going to go see the Netties, make sure you go to Southeast Whitfield. That's where they're hosting the 7 Quad A tournament. So head over to Southeast Whitfield today at 4 and support the Netties playing Northwest Whitfield. If you cannot make it, follow us at Fetcher News on Twitter, hashtag Team FYN Sports. We put up updates. RJ Casey, our guy over there, he will load you with updates. You'll know who shot, who did what. That guy is on top of everything. RJ, there's a big shout out to you. So way to go, RJ. And if you're a Pickens Dragon fan of any kind of sports, RJ's making it happen for you. Follow us on Twitter at Fetcher News, hashtag Team FYN Sports for all the updates of that game. Also, go and check out all the fun at the Pickens Library. We like to support our local libraries, so remember that in all your counties. Check out, we put up the updates. If you have a county, I know we have Gilmer's. I have to say I don't know about Fannin, but if your library, your weekly events or monthly events, if we don't have them, make sure you get them to us, chief at FetcherNews.com, so we can highlight what you got going on at your library. Fun at the Pickens Library. Go check that out in the community section, Fetcher News Pickens. Dragon wrestlers are down to state, and we also have spring sports in Pickens. So we want to give a shout out anything that is spring sports, baseball, your track and field, soccer, tennis. Let's get the schedules up to LT Milton so we can get them on there, highlights and information. Let us know what's going on. Also, while we're on Pickens County, we are looking for someone to cover Pickens County in our news arena. So if you are interested in covering Pickens County and local government there, please don't hesitate to contact me, chief at FetcherNews.com, so we can get you on board and get Pickens County news out to the citizens there. Now, we're going to move into, and don't stay tuned. Please stay tuned, because you don't want to leave, because I plan to get in trouble with the Tea Party. I'm not leaving Friday. Now, that we're in week 4. Let's see. 7, is that 7:28? And I'm not worked up. I didn't get worked up yet. So I'm not going to get worked up. 7:28. I made it 1 minute past yesterday before I got worked up on something. Trying to stay calm. Going into the weekend, we're going to have fun. So I plan to really get into the Tea Party and the transportation bill to close today. So you're going to want to stay put for that, because the transportation bill, the Tea Party, local. If you're local here now, if you're throughout the state, some of you are viewing throughout the state, and we appreciate that. And the great thing with the internet, we're getting viewers from other states, and we're getting viewers throughout the state. But don't think when I start talking about the Tea Party fan in Gilmer and Pickens that you need to tune out. You need to stay tuned on House Bill 170. Now, we've asked a question on our Facebook page. Go to our Facebook page and look for GMFTO, and that's our question. And we've asked you this morning if you're willing to pay more in gas taxes to repair the bridges and roads and do transportation projects. Maybe you are. If they actually take the money and do bridges and roads repairs and transportation projects, maybe you are in favor of that. So go and answer that question for us and tell us what you think. So as we go into Gilmer County, I just seen something on a note here, and I don't want to bring it up because I'm trying not to get worked up. I'll end the show with that. Gilmer County yesterday had a commissioner's workshop. We got a lot of good news and things coming out of that, and we're excited about that. Gilmer County had a workshop yesterday at 1 o'clock, and then their regular meeting last night. Now, Gilmer County has $1.9 million in their GO bond that they're going to use it to make. They're going to use it. Before I get into that, let me pick out another one of our great sponsors this morning, and we thank all of our sponsors. If you're up in Blue Ridge, please, this weekend, go to Ace Hardware Blue Ridge and check out their Amish furniture. So if you leave the fire and ice, run over to Ace Hardware Blue Ridge, check out the Amish furniture, and make sure you always tell our sponsors you heard about it on Fetch Your News, Good Morning from the Office. We got to get this in because, guys, it's Valentine's. Looking for that special Valentine's Day present. Birthday gift or just a right gift for any occasion. Go to Spa Glisten Inc. at their new location at 242 Old Highway 5 South across from Ellington Road. Open Tuesday through Saturday from 10 to 6. Get your Valentine's gift today for that special someone. Go to Spa Glisten for a unique gift, for the unique gifts and spa treatments. Just give them a call at 706-698-2772. That's 706-698-2772. That's Spa Glisten across from the Ellington Road on Highway 5 South. Tell them Fetcher News sent you. Okay, Gilmer County has $1.9 million left. And the commissioners have, the citizens have $1.9 million left in the GO bond. You have $1.9 million left. So what they're going to do with that, they're able to use it for public safety vehicles. That is in the GO bond. You authorize them, citizens, to use it for public safety vehicles. So this will not have to come out of the general fund, which is very good news. It is good news. It will not come out of the general fund, and they will be able to make the purchase of the ambulance, which I think is $163,000 or $67,000, and the sheriff patrol cars, which I don't have the total on that. They can use that for public safety vehicles. So you're going to buy the ambulance and the sheriff patrol car out of that number right there. I also want to, while I'm on the ambulance, I'd like to highlight that you have some good news on the repair. Now, the other one. Now, this is a new ambulance. Let me get correct. You have $1.9 million in the GO bond that they're going to use to buy the sheriff patrol cars and the $163,000 ambulance. We reported to you some weeks back about an ambulance that was wrecked a couple years ago from Gilmer County, that the check for the repairs went into the general fund, and that there was a balance of $10,000 that the insurance company had not put out, the final payment of repairs that had to be done. So the good news is Chairman Paris told me that they received the check for the difference. So Gilmer County received the $10,000 difference, which that is great news. That was hanging out there for over a year. The insurance company responded to Chairman Paris's letter requesting that check. They got a check for $10,000. There's enough money in the general fund to pay the entire repair now. It's ready to go. There's enough money to pay the entire repair. They got the $10,000 that they were missing from that, and the only thing the county is out at this time is $2,500, and you're not out this amount of money, but it's $2,500 that is your deductible. So that no matter what. So the county is going to be able to pay for those repairs and have it in the general fund there account to pay for it, which is great news for the citizens of Gilmer County on that. You have a new department head this morning. Park and Rec welcomes Kevin White. Kevin White is the new department head for Park and Rec, and so he will be overseeing the parks. Now, what the county commissioners did last night or they've been working on, but they finalized. They have moved everything under that department. So the Park and Rec department now involves the golf course, and all the parks in the county are under Park and Rec. So unlike before, the golf course was not part of Park and Rec. It is now. And again, Kevin White was announced last night as the new department head for Park and Rec. Also, concerning the golf course, we all know for the last couple of years what has taken place at the golf course, and the county now runs the White Path Golf Course. Gilmer County runs and operates it, and it's now under Park and Rec Department. The county created a 5-man golf course advisory board, okay? 5-man golf course advisory board. I don't have the 5th person. I know you're going to say, well, what use is it if you give us 4? But I do have the 4 names. One would be Jason Smith, Paul Berry, Ryan Reese, and Pat Reagan. And you know what? I did not get the 5th name, but you know, these guys know golf courses. They know what they're supposed to look like, and they're an advisory board. They cannot take, I don't want everybody out there listening, they take information and turn it in of what they see, and I think this might be a pretty good idea. I, for one, am never in favor of another layer of government in no shape, fashion, or form. We have enough. This is just an advisory board of 5 individuals that play golf, know golf courses, and will, from time to time, give a report to the commissioners and the Park and Rec director for things that may be needed and concerned. So a 5-man golf course advisory board was set up. Now the community pool, let's move to the community pool. I told you yesterday that there's been such an enormous amount of water that has gone from the community pool. There was a leak. We're not going to go backward, and we're not going to tell you about Sunbelt pools and the filter and the leak and the $80,000 repair, and then it had to be repaired again because Water and Sewer sent a several $1,000 bill to the county. Gilmer County got a water and sewer bill, and I forget the amount, but it was so enormous. And just, well, we didn't know. Maybe it splashed out. That's what we were told. Maybe the water just splashed out. Kids splash a lot of water out. What ended up happening, there was a leak down there, and that pool, I told you yesterday, picture the pool. If you know the pool, and think about it emptied 4 times. That pool refilled 4 times. Water went underneath that concrete shell of that pool. Okay, now the pool is 40 years old. So citizens out there listening or watching about the community pool this morning, you need to think about when you're going to put in a new one. I know I just said that, but it's 40 years old. The county does not have the money to build a new pool. Just don't have it right now that I'm aware of. Okay? But I will tell you this, I would not want to be on any commission board the year that a community pool was closed one summer. I wouldn't want to be that person that the kids couldn't go to the pool. Anyhow, let me get to the radar. The commissioners last night approved radar that would detect from the ground. They would go over the pool, the radar would. They've approved Chairman Parris to spend between $1,000 or $5,000 up to $5,000 in having the radar look at the shell of the pool underneath through the ground and see where it's hollow, to see if that 1,000,000 gallons of water washed out and hollowed out one of the pool walls and there's no support. So I appreciate and thank the commissioners of Gilmer County for the safety of the children first to do this study and research and see if that pool is structurally okay. Very important. So that was approved last night, and hopefully those repairs could be made and we will get an answer. As I spoke with Chairman Paris, I said the good news will be that we find nothing wrong. That won't be wasting money. You know, it won't be. We waste thousands of dollars in government, thousands of dollars, millions. It will not be wasted money to keep our kids safe, a couple $1,000 just to double check. So that is good news for Gilmer County. Now, moving on, as we continue to move on, we told you we have big Bobcat head coach news. And in that, last night at the Board of Education meeting, and I have it here somewhere, last night at the Board of Education meeting, they officially, during personnel, released Coach Wesley Tankersley from his contract of Gilmer County. Now, what happens when there's a vacancy, you cannot post. Everybody said, why have we not posted the head coach's position on Georgia Teach? There's a website, I'm pretty sure it's called Georgia Teach or Teach Georgia, and that's where they post all job openings throughout the state. You cannot post a job opening that is not vacant, and until the board voted last night, okay, until the board voted last night on releasing Wesley Tankersley from his contract with Gilmer County School System, they could not do that. Now, I talked to Principal Eric Maffei last night, and you should be able to go on there. I don't want to quote him, but I almost think he said to me, remember saying to me that he was going to post that position last night. It could be this morning. So that's one part of our update, is Georgia Teach now will have that position on it. Second, we've told you about a committee that has been formed that will be the first review process. Just to let you know, there's a lot of applications already there, okay? They have a lot of applications already in-house because of the fact that it's public. So you don't have to officially wait for Georgia Teach to send your application if you want to be the head football coach. So they already have applications, and they have their committee formed to review the applications and do the first round of interviews to get it narrowed down, and now it's on Georgia Teach. So on that committee to look at the head coaching position will be Eric Maffei, that's the principal. I think he might be an okay guy. I'm telling you out there, I'm just going to make a judgment call. Mr. Maffei, he might be an okay guy. I tell you what, I think I like the guy. Eric Maffei, the principal down there. Mike Putnam, which is the athletic director. I hope I get this right. He wrote it down. Michael Sharler is the vice principal. Then you have Miss Stover, Miss Ott, and then Mr. Jeremy Sellers, Mr. Frankie Rigdon, and interim coach Mr. Thurman. So that is the committee that will review the applications. Mr. Jeremy Sellers, Mr. Frankie Rigdon, Mr. Thurman, Miss Stover, Miss Ott, Eric Maffei, Mike Putnam, and Michael Sherler. Now, what happens next, really quick, what happens next, they'll narrow it down to 5 is what I was told. I'm going to use that number. If I remember right, they'll narrow it down to 5, and then they'll do the interviews, and then they'll send the top 3 or 2, I can't remember, 3 or 2, and they will meet with the superintendent of schools and then present the final one in March. Now that again, Mr. Maffei wants to go, and this is my understanding, he wants to go to the Board of Education in March. So when are you getting a football coach? He is hoping to go to the March meeting with a recommendation. Now that's so we can get this thing going. So that is the update on looking for a head coach. Now also at the Board of Education, and I should have put this question on there, send this to us at chief@veterannews.com. We might put the question. You have a Board of Education workshop, and Citizen Joanne Del Planky got up last night during public comments, and There was public comments about the cost of open records by Mr. Paul Deese. Don't want to shadow over that or gloss over that. But you have a workshop at the Board of Education, and you have your regular meeting. Now, public participation. Now, since I've been going for 4 years now, and some of you out there many more than that, public participation comes up. Now, the regular called meetings, monthly meetings, they're not town hall meetings, so don't get me wrong, but they're not town hall. It's not a place where the town goes and yells at the Board of Education on everything for an hour. It's just not, okay? The Board of Education regular called meeting is to do the business of the citizens, for the citizens of Gilmer County as the Board of Education. That's simple. They're there to do the business for you that you voted them in for on behalf of Gilmer County School System. It's not a town hall meeting. Now, they can hold town hall meetings to hear what you want to say in specific situations, but it's not. But the workshop is different. That's where, if you go to a workshop, that's where they come up with a subject on the agenda. And when they come up with the subject on the agenda, the board members go back and forth and they talk. But you don't get to do public participation until the entire meeting's over. Now, what Ms. Del Planky has recommended is that you, the citizens, during the workshop, I mean, she's not recommending, to my understanding, that you can do this during the regular called meeting. During the workshop of the Board of Education, she is recommending that when they get on a subject that on the agenda, a discussion topic, that they give an opportunity, a window, when they're done talking about that, to the public to be able to comment, and the Board of Education comment back to them. Now, regular call meeting is different, but the workshop. So what do you think about public participation at your Board of Education meetings? Workshop, let's stay with that. Also, House Bill, we told you we were going to tell you more. House Bill 14, and we brought that up, but HB 170. Now, Gilmer County Schools, there's two things. You're getting a letter this morning. I have the letters here, okay? Gilmer County Charter School System is sending, and this is not House Bill 170, they're sending Senator Steve Gooch this morning. You're getting a letter from them saying, hey, we need to discuss bus drivers and supplemental health insurance. The same thing for Fannin County Schools. So that letter is coming to Senator Steve Gooch today. Now, I'm going to revisit this letter when I talk about Tea Parties in a minute and HB 170. Gilmer County Charter School System is sending a letter to David Ralston, all your representatives, everybody's getting this. Resolution urging our local delegation to the Georgia General Assembly will strongly oppose. They're urging, resolution urging that our local delegation to the Georgia General Assembly will strongly oppose any recommendations or measures to reduce allocation of sales tax funding to local governments, and will find solution other than HB 170 to fund critical transportation infrastructure. Now, they're not saying that there may not be critical transportation infrastructure. We're going to get on this in a second, because according to everything going on in Atlanta, they're making all these big changes that everybody's going to be happy about or not happy about in transportation. This is going out. Don't think the State Board of Education Association is not watching this daily. This letter is going out today. So as of yesterday, you still have school systems that have not heard what they want to hear. This letter also ends by saying, we do hereby urge that our local delegation to the Georgia General Assembly strongly oppose any recommendation or measure to reduce allocation of state funding to local governments. Let a copy of this resolution be forwarded to each member of the local delegation to the Georgia General Assembly and the governor of the state of Georgia. That is coming. That's signed. Okay, that's signed by all the Board of Education members of Gilmer County and is being sent today. So the Trojan Tea Party horses, a whole stable full of them that are running around. I'm going to get on that in a minute. This is not the segment. Running around. I wonder how many of you guys went to, or ladies or whatever, went to any school board meetings when you made your reports on what tea parties are doing. Now, so that's the Board of Education, and we're getting stuck. That would be me. We're getting stuck there. Lady Cats. Okay, now we're going to talk about the probate court. I put that on there. Stay tuned. We're going to talk just a minute about probate court in Gilmer County. Lady Cats, 7 Quad A. You guys are over and you're playing Heritage at 7 p.m. Second round. Lady Cats basketball, 7 Quad A tournament, 7 p.m. tonight. Now you're playing Heritage, but if you're going over to see the Lady Cats, you want to go to Southeast Whitfield. That's where they're hosting the tournament. So go to Southeast Whitfield tonight at 7 and support the Lady Cats taking on Heritage. Again, if you're not able to make the trip over, follow us at Fetcher News. We'll be over there. Hashtag Team FYN Sports. We'll give you updates and scores. Also, the Bobcat Wrestlers are down in Macon trying to bring home number 15 state title. Go Bobcats, right? Spring sports. We also want to bring up our spring sports. Again, Gilmer County, tennis, baseball, it doesn't matter. If you go to FetcherNews.com, our Team FYN Sports section in your county and you don't see your schedule or update, send it to LT at FetcherNews.com so we can get it up there and support you guys and ladies. Track and field, no matter tennis, no matter what, we want to be a big support. So that is our spring sports update. If you want to be a part of FetcherNews.com, go to Chief. If you like to do video, if you like to do editing, if you like to do Photoshop, if you want to learn how to cover a government meeting, you don't know how to cover government meetings, I'll just be straight up, and you say, I'm a good writer, I just don't know how to cover, send it to Chief at FetcherNews.com. We will work with you and get you involved. We have gotten a lot. I told you earlier in the show when we started, I don't do investigations. I don't bring things up. I don't go into details on stuff until I have enough. Okay? We will not, just let people send us stuff. We don't have one of those. We don't have one of those chat rooms that you can just say whatever you want and everything on there you think is real, or not. Apologize, not you think is real, but you get in those chat rooms and those comment websites that you just hear stuff, and you need to filter through, see if everything you hear is true on those sites. But that being said, I told you earlier in the show, I don't look into things. FetcherNews.com, FYN Investigates, does not look into things until we have enough information to start it. Some of you have sent me emails. One individual has sent 4, wanting to know, and the question is wanting to know when I'm going to look into or discuss Gilmer County Probate Court. So I got involved yesterday. I made some phone calls, talked to some people. I got enough information that I'm comfortable with making a couple comments. Now, I don't have anything big to report, but I have a couple comments I'm able to publicly say. Yes, I can confirm that a form of investigation, I'm not going to say what agency, who, and what the investigation is, but I am hearing strong enough information that there is an investigation of some sort into the vital records issue at the Gilmer County Probate Court. Now, saying that, what are the vital records? You have your death certificates, your birth certificates, and I guess your marriage certificates, but that is the vital records area. I do know from funeral home representatives, coroner representatives, different agencies, that at the current time If you want a death certificate, you have to pull it in another county. Now, just for your information, that is a state information data bank. So meaning if you went to Gilmer County to pull a death certificate for a loved one, and they could not perform that, and I understand they can't at this time, and you can get that same certificate at Fannin and Pickens. What led me to look into that was being told that to get those certificates, funeral homes and loved ones have to go to other counties. The Gilmer County probate court is not able to issue. That's what I'm being told. But I do have enough on it to say it publicly, that there's a form of investigation. We're going to look into that. I will tell you that I was told yesterday from a good source that it's being looked at. Now listen to my words, looked at. It's not a done deal, of moving vital records into the health department, under the health department of Gilmer County. Now that is not uncommon in some of the larger counties of the state. Not everything goes through probate court. So that is not something that is totally unusual, but it is being told to me now that there's a possibility that vital records may be moved over to the health department of Gilmer County. So we will work on that this weekend. Today we will try to get some more information to bring that to you, because you have asked us at Fetch Your News, why can we not get our vital records in the probate court of Gilmer County? So that is all we have at this time, but there was enough, has been enough come in to lead us to think that we probably should be looking into some of the things there on vital records. Now I want to say, in the probate court, vital records. So I don't have anything else, and there's no need to get something started that's not happening. Okay, Gilmer County, thank you for all this great news. We're not done. You want to stay put, because I'm going to put a little Gilmer County with Tea Party, and a little Tea Party with the state, a little Tea Party with the Board of Education, and a little all of it with House Bill 170. But that's not until I invite you to go to Blue Ridge today, Ace Hardware Blue Ridge, and check out their Amish furniture. I want to invite you to go to my friends at Mattress Overstock next to Walmart and LJ. Go see Gary, Richard, or Rhonda, the mattress lady, for the best mattress at the best price. They truly want to help you sleep better. Okay, let's get into, I told you earlier, I want you out there, and you know who you are, and you know you like to research these bills. I ask every one of you, please go and look at the bills that are not being discussed. That's a concern I have. The bills that are not being discussed. Big concern right now, that because House Bill 170 is taking all of the, we're getting all of the information out of House Bill 170, and we're not discussing a lot of the bills that are hidden behind that. Now, hold on just a minute, I'm looking at something here. I get emails throughout the show, just on and on, so just 1 minute, please. I apologize for the interruption. My computer quit doing some things. There we go. Again, sorry for the dead air. A couple things didn't take place on the computer. Okay. What's going on with the Tea Party? Is this going to separate the Tea Party? Is it? You have so many people that are arguing over the House Transportation Bill. And I'm getting emails over and over and over from the Tea Party. Now, one of the things that yesterday in the Transportation Committee, several people stood up, and I call them the Tea Party Trojan horse. Let me tell you what I mean by that. One, lawmakers in the state of Georgia, they have to, my opinion is, they have to try to cause division in the Tea Party. Tea Party's been a thorn in their side on several things. Now, transportation, they came out with T-Splost a couple years ago, and it was voted down. It was unanimously, basically, there's a couple regions in the state that did not vote it down, but it was almost completely voted down in the state of Georgia. And it was almost completely voted down in the state of Georgia, and I apologize. I'm looking for a couple quick notes that I had here. And they've come back with House Bill 170. Now, they're going to try to tell you that the Tea Party is not as organized now, and it's not as organized, and there's not the same feeling at the Tea Parties there was with the T-Splost. The reason I say the Tea Party Trojan horses, and I'm going to tell you, if you are out there, now listen to me, if you're out there and you go speak in public and you go speak at committee hearings and you make yourself a part of the panel, then you are, yes, your name is to be discussed. So I'm sitting here one day and I get a phone call here last week. The House bill came out last week. I think I got a phone call last Thursday night. Here's what I've been told. Here's what I've been told is there's several people that are Tea Party leaders, okay? I don't even know how to approach this in some ways. And they have gone out to Tea Party groups throughout the state. This is what I was told. Tea Parties are split up. Now, any of you out there that I would say the Tea Party Trojan horse, okay, if you want to argue that, and I say argue that, hey, maybe Monday, send me a message, chief@fetchernews.com. Maybe Monday, you call me and explain what you're going to Tea Parties and said. Now, I got a call from a Tea Party, not Gilmer County Tea Party. You understand? Not Gilmer County Tea Party. I know all the people in the Gilmer County Tea Party. I got a call the other night from the other morning from somebody that is not a Tea Party member. They went to speak at a Tea Party concerning something, and they called me up and they said, "Hey, you're from Gilmer County, right?" And I said, "Yeah, I live in Gilmer County." We had a guy stand up last night at the Tea Party I attended, and I'm a member of, let's just say, the education side of the world, and we had a guy stand up that just from Gilmer County just started telling us this was a constitutional correction and going on and on and on. I said, yep, I said, you mind me asking who it was? He said, yeah, Jack Smith. Said, okay. Well, I know Mr. Smith. I mean, you know, he has worked hard. He has worked hard with no to T-Splost. I think Jack Mr. Smith put about as much time into defeating T-Splost as anybody I've ever met, along with others, not short selling others. But there's been a group that's going around that is not, and let me say, I read everybody's web pages and Facebook. The Tea Party that he leads, the Liberty Tea Party group, he has put out and told them, not to quote, that it's being looked at and that they're not going to be supporting tax hikes, and that's what I'm hearing. But it's to be looked at, and everybody needs to calm down. But there's a group going around to these Tea Parties and saying that this is a constitutional correction and the money never belonged to the schools. And I'm not saying quoting that's what he said, but this is the general consensus I'm getting back. Now, the Tea Parties, this is where you're going to get mad. The workers are dwindling. The Tea Party workers are dwindling. All right? Yeah, get mad. Yell at me. Call me. And if you go to some of these lunch meetings and some of these nightly meetings, you know, you get a leader of the group, and if they yell Muslim 5 times, if they yell Obama 5 times, and they yell, if they yell Muslim, Obama, if they yell ISIS, and you know, in Sharia law, and you know, and you get what I'm calling just cheerleading groups. And I'm sorry, I'm sorry. You're getting these cheerleading groups that are yelling these cheerleading chants: Obama, Obama, ISIS, ISIS, Muslim, Muslim, Muslim Brotherhood, Sharia law, and you know, and then everybody goes home. I know how much trouble I'm in right now, but then everybody goes home. Now, most of the Tea Parties started with founders, co-founders. You know, a lot of the Tea Parties, this one and this one founded the Tea Party. You've got two co-chairs over in Gwinnett. You did have two co-chairs of the Atlanta Tea Party, Debbie Dooley and Julianne Thompson. Now, I want to tell you right now, last week on my show, Julianne Thompson and Steve Ramey, co-chair of the Gwinnett Tea Party, the interview is online. And Julianne Thompson and I have debated issues in the past. And for you out there, you know I love a good debate, okay? I love a good debate. I will go around and around with you as long as we're having fun and a good healthy debate. But Julianne and I have debated multiple times over things, and it's always turned out well, because we just talked last week, and we speak quite often. But at no time during the interview, if you'll listen to it, did she say that she or the coalition of conservative leaders that she's involved with, was there an endorsement. Now, I will say I have not heard anybody go endorse it, but here's where I know, you know, so Julianne, I've read emails that she's out endorsing it, and I don't know that. I do not know that. It was not endorsed on my show. That I know for a fact. And I know that these people are also defending that they don't want to raise taxes. So if you're out there, and I'm not calling all of you a Trojan horse, Tea Party Trojan horse, but if you're out there and you're in a Tea Party, this is my challenge to you. You're in a Tea Party, no matter who you are, because I have seen many of you do a lot of good work. Jack Smith works hard. But if you come down on the side of raising taxes, if you end up supporting something that raises taxes, then I have a concern of your leadership in a Tea Party role, if that's the case. Now, Tea Party, they have a transportation public hearing in Atlanta. Okay, so you got this public hearing, you got these people lined up, and they're giving all the reasons, pros and cons for this transportation bill. I want to ask every one of you out there that has gone to Tea Party meetings, and if you've gone around and you're one of the group, there's a group. Don't care how mad you get this morning, there is a group that has listened to Atlanta lawmakers that this is a have-to thing, and we have to do something where the tax is concerned on gas, an excise tax. And this group is going from Valdosta to Savannah to Columbus to Fannin County to Athens, and they're going to Tea Party meetings. They're going to Tea Party. In fact, right now, Chief at FetcherNews.com, if you are in a Tea Party, and one of these people have come to your meeting and stood up, I want to know now, Chief at FetcherNews.com, send me your Tea Party, and if one of these individuals has come to your recent Tea Party meeting and stood up at public comment and tried to, I'm going to say, convince or get you to have a more objective view of the excise tax on fuel. And local governments. One, local governments are not happy. Okay? Not happy. They're not. Schools are not happy. Now, the argument that schools have too much money, I mean, I'm not quoting, but that's something I heard. They have money, let them cut. It was never their penny in the first place. Fannin County School, there's a possibility of a loss of $530,000 a year.
Gilmer County Schools, $390,000 a year. Nobody is talking about the possibility of home propane. Yes, I know. That's where I'm crazy. Read the bill. Check it out. You people out there that research, check and double check and come back to me. Nothing would make me any happier that I'm wrong on this. That home propane, be careful on that. Your fuel, okay? And check it out. Nobody's happy with this, okay? Nobody's happy. Schools are not happy with this. They're writing letters. So what I want to know is for that group that is going around to these tea parties and saying, hey, calm down, we got to look at this objectively, and they're still, let's keep in mind they presented it in the first place. I mean, nobody goes back to that. Nobody goes back to the fact that, nobody goes back to the fact that they put this out to begin with. Now, if you're not watching and if you're not out there and you're not watching and you're not paying attention to the Gold Dome and the legislation out there, you're going to say, they would have put this through, they would have signed it. Now you're going to tell me I'm wrong, but they would have signed it, put it through, governor maybe signed it. This is my thought, right? Just the fact that they put it out. Just the audacity that they thought that this could be a good idea. Could. And then the backup is this created conversation on the issue. Really? This created conversation on the issue? No, this created an increase in local taxes. That's what it did. It created an increase. Board of Education does not like it, period. They don't. School systems do not like it. Counties do not like it. Cities do not like it, okay? That's the bottom line. They do not like it. Hey, maybe you want to raise taxes. I put a question on there. Good morning from the office. Maybe you want to raise taxes to pay for infrastructure. Maybe you do. But if you're out there and you're going to tea parties, and then, lawmakers know. Look at Karl Rove. Okay, look at Karl Rove. These people, national and state, they know if they can divide the tea parties up, if they can get them divided up, okay, divided up, and they can get them infighting, that, you know what, we can move on. Now, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to close. It's 8:12. It's Friday, and this is, and Ronald Reagan's diaries here on the corner of my desk. Ronald Reagan's diaries here on the corner of my desk. And I have heard all too often, Reagan said, don't speak ill, the 11th, right? The 11th commandment, don't speak ill of a fellow Republican, right? Is that the Reagan commandment? You know what? I live by that. I live by that. Don't speak ill of the 11th commandment. Ronald Reagan, don't speak ill of your fellow Republican, okay? Now let's keep in mind, this is 1980, Ronald Reagan saying this. If Ronald Reagan was here today, quit invoking Ronald Reagan in your speeches out there, by the way. If Ronald Reagan was here today, would he recognize his fellow Republican? That's the question, not speak ill of them. Would Ronald Reagan recognize his fellow Republican? I don't think so. I don't think so, okay? Now, they're not happy out there. I'm going to tell you this, and I hope I can get it through in a way that you understand it. When Nancy Pelosi pushed up Capitol Hill with the super gavel, that they walked up Capitol Hill and people lined up screaming and yelling, and they were smiling all the way as they went in with that special gavel that they would throw down, and we would today have Obamacare. When they did all that, guess what? The very next election cycle was the largest. The very next election cycle was the largest transfer of House numbers in the history of Congress. I'm pretty sure it was history of Congress at one time. More House members were voted out. It was a clean sweep.
Obamacare, you can think what you want. When she carried that gavel up and they hit that gavel down, they finished, they sealed their fate. Democrats did. And Republicans swept record numbers that next election. Now, I'm here to tell you that no, I do not think in the state of Georgia that in the next election, okay, if in the next election, in the next election that Democrats will sweep the state of Georgia. I don't see that happening, okay? But I'm here to tell you this morning that if a transportation bill goes through and it raises taxes, if you raise taxes in any shape, form, or fashion, you will see one of the largest sweeps. You will see candidates that have never had an opponent. You will see candidates that never thought they would lose their seat in the state of Georgia in the House of Representatives. You will see them either have the strongest campaign challenges of their career or get swept out of office. So if you've run out there, if you're within my voice or watching, and you run out there for the last 4 or 5 terms unopposed, and you have a campaign fund that is not even really necessary, because every time you go to sign up to run again to qualify, you have no opponent. If that's you out there and you raise taxes, I think this will be the first time you've ever seen an opponent. So I say that. Now, if you're out there this morning, you're thinking, well, wait a minute. BKP, do you not even think there's, anything good down there? Yes. You have a lot of lawmakers under the Gold Dome that are good people. A lot of them are good people. You have a lot of good representatives in Georgia. Georgia is an awesome state. A lot of great things going on in Georgia. A lot of great representatives. But I am telling you, going into this weekend, the divide and conquer is in the Tea Parties. It's divide and conquer. So you need to go to every Tea Party. You know what's interesting is you have these people. I get phone calls. You can get mad all day long, but I can't stop the phone from ringing this afternoon from Columbus, Georgia. I can't stop the phone ringing from Athens. So you can get mad all you want, but I'm not going to not take the call. So what I'm hearing is these, I call them the Trojan horses, are going in these Tea Parties, and when the people are getting to the HB 170 transportation, when they get to that part, these people are standing up. And I'm going to give a general. They're saying, oh, calm down, calm down. 1, we have to have it. 2, we can't go into the next century without it. Jobs. And it's not a tax like you think. And the schools, I'm not advocating you give money to these, to give money away. I promise. I'm not advocating. But the schools were never owed the penny in the first place. That's what they're, and it's a constitutional correction. And if we believe in the Constitution, we've got to look at this as constitutionalist because the state of Georgia, blah, blah, blah. Let me tell you what's happening. People are still going out of the Tea Party saying, yeah, I heard all that, but I still don't know that I'm okay with raising taxes. And it's still, then if all this stuff is so good, why is there very few good reports? Why is there very good? Send them to me. I want to read them. Love to read. Chief@fetyournews.com. Send me all the good articles that say this is awesome and this will create. Don't send me an article from transportation or this committee or this or that is already set up. Don't do that. Send me articles from the newspapers throughout the state that are writing editorials from Marietta to, and I'm not saying they did it in Marietta, just from Marietta to Savannah to Augusta. Send me the articles from all over the state that are saying this is a great idea. Send me the letters from all over the state. Send me one. Will somebody send me one letter
from a Board of Education in the state of Georgia that has sent their representative and the governor a letter saying thank you for HB 170. Send that letter to me because I don't think it's out there. Why is Norval Rehnquist, what's his name? I forget. The tax hawk, why is he saying this? His group is saying this is a tax increase. Send me something today that I can read this weekend. And I tell you what, I called Trojan Horse. Please send me stuff. Tea Party leaders out there, you know who you are. If you're advocating or you're in favor of the bill, or what, send me the reasons, send me the articles, send me the names of the Board of Education that is in favor of this. Send me all the upsides that they're seeing in this, okay? Divide and conquer in the Tea Party. If you're out there in the Tea Party and you're a member today and you walk in, please put your eyes, open your ears, and look around and see who's trying to divide and conquer your Tea Party, okay? See who's trying to do that, because Tea Parties, you know what? A lot of people out there are Tea Party believers. They have the same belief, they just don't know it. And it's the media that made Tea Party radicals, calling them radicals. Let me tell you what a radical is. Radical Islam, that's a radical, not the Tea Party. Come on. For the most part, I say for the most part, I go to meetings every once in a while. There's somebody out there. I call, with the tin foil for a skull cap every once in a while. But that's America. My God, it's America. Let me tell you what a radical is. A radical is Islam. That's a radical. You are Tea Party like-minded people, for the most part, do not allow divide and conquer. Do not allow it. We have a country where our military was just told to throw their weapons down and run. Come on. All right, well, send me. I challenge you to send me all the articles, please. I want all of them that support it. And I'll tell you what, I might come Monday and I might say, whoa, this is a great bill. What was I thinking? I promise I'll read every article you send me that says this is a good bill, this is a good reason. I'll do it this weekend, and I will come back and I will label them, and I will look at Tea Party members and say, what's wrong with you? This is a great bill, if you can do it. But I want to see Board of Education letter. I've got a Board of Education letter. If you're within my voice and you're out here and you live in Gilmer County, because I want to see Troup County and I want to see Gwinnett County, and I want to see them. I want to see the letters, because Gilmer County Charter Schools says resolution urging that our local delegation to the Georgia General Assembly will strongly oppose House Bill 170. So I'll end on that. Please, I'm not telling you that the schools should get it, but I want to see your letter. I want to see the upside of this. Send me the upside. So Tea Party, do not allow a divide and conquer in your Tea Party. Hey, look, you know who you are out there. I have not had one guest, and I don't like it when my guests, when things get spun around and I talk to somebody on the phone, because I'm going to allow opposing views. I don't care if you like it or not. Some of my friends get angry because I talk to a Democrat. What? Some of you get angry. Oh, he's a Democrat. She's a Democrat. What are you doing talking to them? Look. I am open to opposing views. It's America. I want them on the show. I want to think these things out. I want to get my viewers the most information I can get them. So I don't care how upset you get, but I don't like it when one of my guests, it starts going around the state that they did an endorsement on my show. It did not happen on my show. If they went somewhere else and endorsed something, okay, fine. But if you go to fetchernews.com and you go to, you can look at all the interviews I've done, and nobody at this time has officially or an organization endorsed HB 170 on my show. Healthy discussion. We're going to move on. Boy, I'm ready to take on Friday now, aren't you? And get right into the weekend. Thank you for letting me say that. Thank you for letting me get into all that trouble, and I enjoyed it. And that's the way I like to. That's the way I roll, right? Is that what the president says? President Obama, you were look. That's the way we roll, President. That's the way we roll. We roll around here. Look,
Send your sports to lt@fetchernews.com, lt@fetchernews.com. Go to our Facebook page and check out our Dog of the Day. Go check that out on our Facebook page. Follow us on Twitter at Fetcher News, hashtag Team FYN Sports. Send me emails at chief@fetchernews.com. If you want to cover news in Pickens County, you want to do video, you want to do pictures, Photoshop, computer work, if you want to do sales, marketing, you want to cover news down in Pickens, send it to chief@fetchernews.com. Go to Blue Ridge, check out that Amish furniture, fire and ice, big time, chili cook-off. Go see my friends at Mattress Overstock. Blue Plate Special is fried fish today. Go see my friends over at Magic Touch Beauty Salon, Clock Tower 3. Go see my friends over there. And go see Clock Tower Gifts and Boutique down in Jasper. Go check them out. Go check out Spa Glisten. Hey guys, it's Valentine's Day. Spa Glisten across from Ellington Road on Old Highway 5. You've been watching Good Morning from the Office with BKP. And listen, we upload this immediately, so if somebody didn't get to see it or hear it, tell them about it. And another thing is, our weekend edition, what we do is we take all of our interviews and our clips and we put them under one umbrella, Good Morning from the Office. So if you click on Saturday or Sunday, you will get all of our shows, all of our interviews. They'll be on there and you can have fun. I don't know about the weather. I don't know if you'll be sitting outside, but check it out this weekend if you didn't get a chance. Tell your friends. Good Morning from the Office, weekdays, Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. live. We're out of here. Have a nice weekend. We had a great week 4, and we'll